Hello. Today we are going to discuss about the drainage system, drainage patterns, and the terms associated with the drainage system. So, a drainage basin, which is also called a catchment area, it is nothing but the area from which all the precipitation flows to a single stream or a set of streams. In a single drainage basin, all the water falling in the basin drains into the same stream. A drainage divide separates each drainage basin from other basins. For example, the total area drained by the Ganga river constitutes its drainage basin, while the part of the Ganga river drained by the Koshi river constitute the Koshi's drainage basin. The boundary between the drainage basin is a drainage divide. All the precipitation on opposite side of a drainage divide will flow into different drainage basins. Before going into the drainage pattern, let us have a brief summary on development of the drainage patterns. As we all know, the stream flow begins when water is added to the surface from rainfall or melting snow and also from the groundwater. And when the rainfall rates exceeds the infiltration rates of the soil, the water starts to flow. Drainage system developed in such a way to move water off the land very efficiently. The stream flow begins as moving sheet wash, which is a thin surface of layer of water. The water moves down the steepest slope and starts to erode the surface by creating small rill channels. As the rills combine, deepen, and the downcuts into channel, a larger channel forms. Rapid erosion lengthens the channel upslopes in a process called headward erosion. Over time, nearby channels merge with the small tributaries, joining a larger trunk stream. The linked channel becomes what is known as a drainage network. With continued erosion of the channel, the drainage network changes over time. And now the question arises, what's a drainage pattern? The geometric arrangement of the stream in a region is known as a drainage pattern. The factors controlling the drainage pattern in a region includes the topography, slope, structural control, and the nature of the rocks. Of course, the tectonic activity and the supply of the water. And now there comes the question, what's a drainage pattern? The geometric arrangement of streams in a region is known as the drainage pattern. The factors controlling the pattern of drainage in a region includes the topography, slope, structural control, nature of the rocks, tectonic activity, supply of the water, and above all, the geologic history of that particular region. So let us study about the different drainage patterns that are available. The first and most common type of drainage pattern is a dendritic drainage pattern. If the geology of the underlying stream system is fairly uniform, that is, rock equally resistant to erosion in all directions, a dendritic drainage pattern will develop. A drainage pattern which looks like a tree branch. In such a system, there are many contributing streams which are joined together into the tributaries of the main river. That's look like the branches and the trunk of the trees respectively. They develop where the river channel follow the slopes of the terrain. The next one is a radial drainage pattern. A radial drainage pattern forms when the river originates from a hill and flows in all directions. That is, in a radial drainage system, the stream radiates outward from a centrally located high point. The next one is a trellis drainage pattern. In this type of pattern, the short subsequent streams meet the main streams at right angles, and the differential erosion through soft rock paves the way for tributaries. Such patterns typically develop where sedimentary rocks have been folded or tilted and then eroded to varying degrees depending on their strength. This pattern also resembles the rectangular pattern. In fact, the trellis and rectangular patterns are differentiated on the basis of spacing between the streams. If the streams are closely spaced, the resultant pattern becomes trellised, while the rectangular pattern is formed when the streams are widely spaced. The next pattern is the rectangular drainage pattern. The rectangular pattern is generally developed in the regions where the rock joints form rectangular patterns. As you can see in the figure, the rocks are weathered and eroded along the interfaces of joint, fractures, and faults. and thus the surface runoff collects in such long and narrow clefts and form numerous small rills. The next one is the parallel drainage system. A parallel drainage system comprises numerous rivers which are parallel to each other and follow the regional slope. Such a drainage arrangement is a pattern of stream route by steep slopes with some relief. Because of the steep slopes, the streams are speedy, straight, with very few tributaries. The next type of drainage pattern is a centripetal drainage pattern. The centripetal drainage pattern is formed when the river discharges their water from all directions into a centrally located lake or say a depression. The Kathmandu Valley of Nepal presents an ideal example of the centripetal drainage pattern, wherein the tributary streams of the Bagmati converge into the tectonically formed circular basin. The next drainage basin is a Pinnate drainage basin. It's a variety of dendritic drainage pattern in which the main stream receives many closely spaced sub-parallel tributaries that join the main stream at acute angles, which resembles like a vein of a leaf. The next type of drainage pattern are barbed drainage pattern. It is a drainage pattern. It's a rare kind of drainage pattern which is formed when the tributaries flows in opposite direction to their master streams. The tributaries join their master streams in a hoop-shaped bend. Such patterns is generally developed due to the river capture or river piracy. While the river capture or a river piracy is a geomorphical phenomenon occurring when a stream or river drainage system or a watershed is diverted from its own bed and flows instead down the bed of a neighboring streams. The next one being the annular drainage pattern. Annular drainage pattern is also known as circular patterns, and it is formed when the tributaries of the master consequent streams are developed in the form of a circle, and such pattern is developed over a mature and dissected dome mound characterized by a series of alternating bands of hard and soft rock beds. The the last type of drainage pattern is the herringbone drainage pattern. It is also known as the rib pattern and is most probably developed in the mountainous areas. The longitudinal consequent streams, which are master streams, are developed in the longitudinal parallel valleys, while tributaries as lateral consequences after originating from the hill slopes of the bordering parallel ridges joins the original longitudinal consequent stream at right angles. The term herringbone has been derived from the patterns of bones of herring fishes. With the herringbone drainage structure, the classes on drainage system comes to an end. Have a nice day. Thank you.